Hello, everyone. I am Mr Schally. I am the Recruiting Operations Officer here at UTSA. And today we're going to go ahead and go over how to get into the UTSA ROTC program and the benefits we can provide you. Along with me today are some of our cadets from the University of Texas San Antonio, and they are.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cadet Click. I'm the head recruiter on the cadet level at UTSA's Army ROTC program. I'm a senior and a MS4, and I am pursuing a degree in English.
My name is Cadet Clennon. I'm an MS2, which is a sophomore, and I am pursuing a degree in education.
I am Cadet Zambrano. I'm an MS1, which is a freshman, and I am majoring in biology.
I am Cadet Manning. I am MS1, and I am majoring in computer programming.
Hello everyone, I am Cadet Cordero. I'm an MS3, which is a junior, and I am majoring in kinesiology.
All right, thank you, cadets, for your help. Let's go to the very first slide. All right, here at the UTSA Army ROTC program, we are a ROTC program for the Army. What we have here is we have a ability to give you a 2 or 3 year scholarship. You can also win a national scholarship at the national level, which can be a 4 year or 3 year scholarship. We also provide cadets who are in the program with a $1,200 a year book stipend when you're on scholarship. That's $600 per semester. If you don't want us to pay for your tuition, you much rather receive room and board. We will also then give you $10,000 for room and board for the whole year, $5,000 per semester. Once you are a cadet and you are in our program, you also will, and are contracted, you will receive a $420 a month stipend. And the only thing you need to be eligible to be in the ROTC program is a 2.5 GPA, the ability to pass the physical fitness test, and which it's changing, so that slide is actually wrong. But we're doing the ACFT, which we'll talk about later. Next slide. Now, there's a lot of opportunities you'll be able to have here at the ROTC program. First of all, it's the leadership aspect of it. Being able to learn how to be a leader in the military is going to make you successful, not only in the military, but even in the civilian world. We have extracurricular activities, such as doing stuff like this, doing recruiting events. You can also go to airborne or air assault during the summer months, but that's, of course, based on the order of merit list that we have here at the ROTC program. Also, you have Project Go, which allows you to go to a foreign country during the summertime, and you'll work in, be it Africa or somewhere in Europe, and working with the local communities there to improve their life. You also have professional skills where you actually go to a unit during the summertime, usually your junior year, where you go to an actual unit and you will follow a lieutenant in the Army and just kind of go over what they do on a day-to-day basis. Next slide. Now, as I mentioned, our Army ROTC is a 4-year program. You start your freshman year, you finish your senior year. Upon graduation, you will commission into the Army, either National Guard, Reserves, or active duty. If you're competing for active duty, it is OML dependent, meaning that you compete for active duty. Not everybody gets active duty. Some of the criteria is your GPA, your physical fitness score, your intramural sports, extracurricular activities, all are based off a point system. And if you score high enough, you'll get active duty. UTSA Army ROTC is responsible for A&M San Antonio, Wayland Baptist University, and all the Alamo colleges. All right. So when you're in the ROTC program, you're taking a military science class every semester. Every semester it'll be MS1, MS2, MS3, MS4, based off of freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. You also have one more requirement of American military history that most cadets take between either their junior or senior year, dependent on how their schedule is. Now, again, who is eligible? High school graduates, at least 17 years old, U.S. citizens. So U.S. citizens, if you're not a U.S. citizen but working towards being a citizen, you can be in the MS1 and MS2 class, but by the time you become an MS3, you have to become a U.S. citizen, or you have to be a U.S. citizen. You also have a 2.0 GPA, 1,000 on the SAT, or 19 on the ACT. And then to contract, you have to have a approved medical exam, a passing medical exam, which we pay for, no expense from you whatsoever. Next slide. All right, so there's also the National Scholarship 4-year and 3-year. Just go to goarmy.com. We'll talk a little bit about that later on to go ahead and compete for a 3 or 4-year national scholarship. As I mentioned, we do offer campus-based scholarships of between 2 years and 3.5 years. Again, that is very competitive. Not everybody gets a scholarship. We like to give everybody a scholarship, but about 60 to 70% of students or cadets get scholarships. So there's always that 30 to 40% that's left out. But we do everything we can to try to get you a scholarship. But a lot of it is dependent on your GPA, your physical fitness scores, and you being a part of the community at University of Texas San Antonio. Next slide. As again, you have these different opportunities. So we have basic camp for somebody who may join later. They don't join as a freshman, but they join as a sophomore. You'll have to go to basic camp after your sophomore year, or if you join late your freshman year, for example, the second semester, you'll go between your freshman and sophomore year to basic camp to keep you aligned with your mission set group. Between your junior and senior year, you go to advanced camp. And this is really a culmination of everything you've learned the first 3 years of ROTC. And you go to Fort Knox, Kentucky for about 30 days. And everything you've learned, you put into practice here, mainly your leadership skills. This is your last real true test going into your senior year. And then your senior year, you're in a leadership position, getting ready for sessions, which places you, if you're going to be active duty, National Guard, Reserve, and also the branch that you choose. If you get the branch you choose, you, for the most part, usually get your top 3. But again, it's competitive to get your first choice. Also, again, in the summer times, you may have an opportunity to go to airborne, air assault, jungle warfare training. But again, we only get 2 or 3 slots per summer. And again, it's very competitive. So you won't be guaranteed those slots. It's really dependent on you and how well you do in school and in the ROTC program. Next slide. There's my contact information. Again, Michael Schally, Recruiting Operations Officer. My phone number, 210-458-5628 is my office phone. If I'm not in my office, it'll go directly to my cell phone. So you don't need my cell phone number. It automatically forwards to my cell phone. If you want to shoot me an email, that's probably the best way to get a hold of me is michael.schally@utsa.edu. What's going to follow me now are the cadets are going to answer some of the frequently asked questions that we get. If you have any more questions that we didn't answer, don't hesitate to give us a call or shoot us an email with any other questions that you may have. So now I'm going to go ahead and let Cadet Click take over and answer some of those frequently asked questions. Cadet Click, it's all yours.
So now we are going to go ahead and move back into our Q&A portion of the video. Thank you, Mr. Schally, for that, that presentation on ROTC. Cadet Cordero, can you tell me about how I can apply for a 3 or 4 year high school scholarship into ROTC?
The first step that you need to do into applying for the high school scholarship is to go to goarmy.com. There, it is important that you go through the application process, maintain a high GPA, start requesting recommendation letters, and conduct an interview with a PMS or professional military science. Here, you will be completing the rest of the needed requirements for the application. And it is important that you apply early because the way they are set up is through boards. So let's say you apply around August and you don't get in. Your application will automatically go through the next 3 boards, which will give you the opportunity to maybe get a 3 or 4 year scholarship. If you apply and get the 3-year scholarship, it'll start at the beginning of your sophomore year.
Thank you, Cadet Cordero. Cadet Clinton, I have a question for you. How can I receive an on-campus scholarship as opposed to a high school scholarship?
So a campus-based scholarship, a lot of it's going to be based around your GPA, your physical fitness scores, and if you're competitive in your class and you show really good leadership skills and have all of your paperwork done when you're told to have it done, so it will be ready for you to apply for a campus-based scholarship.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Cadet Cordero. What does an ROTC course look like compared to regular campus courses on campus?
So military science courses will only also meet daily and weekly, but we also meet early in the mornings for PT, and we also have tactical labs, which all lead up to a field training exercise, which is a 3-day field training, which starts on Friday and ends on a Sunday. We are really evaluated on what we learned throughout the semester.
Thank you very much. Cadet Clinton, can you tell the folks watching this video what type of physical standards they should be expected to meet when they join ROTC?
So in ROTC, we have to take 1 ACFT a semester. This has 6 events, which is the deadlift, the standing power throw, which is when you throw a medicine ball behind your head, the hand release push-up, a sprint drag carry, which is an event where you have to run 25 meters and back, as well, and doing that with a sled as well as kettlebells, and there's also a lateral movement in there. And then the last 2 events are a leg tuck and a 2-mile run. To contract, you will be required to take the ACFT light, which is consisted of the hand release push-ups, a 2-minute plank, and a 2-mile run. And a lot of the physical fitness, a lot of it lands on you because we're not in school the entire year. We have summer break and winter break. And if you get lazy, it's sometimes hard to come back and pass a PT test. So a lot of the responsibility is put on you to make sure you keep up your physical fitness.
Thank you, Cadet Clinton. Cadet Manning, can you tell the folks watching this video how to enroll in an ROTC course?
All right, so as it is for all students, you will enroll in ROTC courses just like you would in any other colleges or college classes. For colleges or people that want to enroll in ROTC not from UTSA, all you have to do is just register for ROTC courses through your host school, and then speak to Mr. Schally about how you should get ready for the semester in ROTC.
Thank you very much, Cadet Manning. Cadet Zambrano, do I have to commit any military service time if I enroll in a military, if I enroll in an ROTC course?
No, so freshman and sophomore, you're allowed to participate in ROTC courses with no service obligation.
Thank you very much, Cadet Zambrano. Cadet Manning, back to you. What will I learn about as an ROTC cadet?
All right, so as a freshman and sophomore student, you will learn about basic soldiering skills. You will also gain knowledge in the areas of Army structure, small unit tactics, and physical exercise. As a junior student, though, you will learn about platoon tactics and to begin to lead more. Ultimately, when you are a senior student, you will learn more about leadership theory, which will fully prepare you to enter the United States Army as a second lieutenant.
Thank you very much, Cadet Manning. Clinton, this one's going to go back to you. As a cadet, when do I start receiving financial benefits?
So to receive financial benefits, you have to contract first. So once you do contract, you receive a monthly stipend, which is $420, as well as a $600 book stipend every semester. And that's just for if you're non-scholarships. If you're a scholarship cadet, you also get those 2 stipends as well as the financial compensation for your scholarship.
Thank you very much. Cadet Cordero, we're coming back around to you. What is the advantage of going into the Army and being an ROTC cadet rather than enlisting?
So some of the advantages of becoming an ROTC cadet is that you get to commission as a U.S. Army officer. With a higher rank comes higher pay. You get to pursue a higher education, and you get to really harness and improve on your leadership potential and skills. One of the main differences of becoming a commissioned officer, whereas enlisting, is you get to be immediately put into leadership roles, where when you enlist, you might wait a few years, like 2 or 3 years, to become a leader.
Very good. Cadet Zambrano, can you tell me about how a cadet could possibly get additional training or schools such as airborne, air assault, or some of the internships that Mr. Schally was talking about earlier?
So additional training is competed for amongst your peers by performing well as a cadet, such as by increasing your class rank, you can earn slots to be part of these extra opportunities.
Very good. But speaking of class rank, Cadet Cordero, could you tell me about what in particular is used to determine class rank within the ROTC classes?
So in ROTC, there are a variety of different metrics that are used to determine your class rank. These include GPA, your physical fitness score, extracurricular activities, your contribution to the program, which means volunteering, and intramural or varsity sports.
Very good. Cadet Zambrano, we talk a lot about UTSA, but what if we have someone who wants to be a cadet, but they go to a 2-year college in the San Antonio area? What can they do then?
So as long as it is within the Alamo District colleges, you can still attend ROTC. At UTSA, you would be considered a cross-town enrollee, and you would have to come to ROTC classes at UTSA.
Thank you, Cadet Zambrano. Clinton, we're going to come back around to you. What type of time commitment is required to be an ROTC cadet?
So underclassmen cadets are expected to attend PT 3 days a week, attend one 1-hour class a week, as well as one lab every other week that lasts 2.5 hours on a Friday.
Thank you very much. Cadet Zambrano, we're going to come back around to you. If I join ROTC, will I have an opportunity to pursue a postgraduate education?
Yes, you can request an education delay towards the end of your undergraduate degree. Education delay basically opens up doors for those trying to get graduate level education. That means cadets can acquire education needed to become a doctor or a lawyer through the Army.
Thank you very much. And for our final question, we'll go back to Cadet Manning. Cadet Manning, what medical opportunities does ROTC have?
So ROTC has quite a few medical opportunities. They have a scholarship where they'll pay for it for 2 to 4 years for those cadets that want to enter the nursing corps. We have 2 students already in the nursing corps right now, and we have a very good relationship with the UT Health right now, and yeah, we just want the best for our students. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And that concludes with our scheduled questions.
All right, well, I hope all our cadets have answered most of your questions. As I mentioned, if you have any questions that we didn't answer, then don't hesitate to give us a call. A couple of things I wanted to kind of talk about was contracting. You heard that word contracting several times throughout this presentation. So what is contracting? Contracting is when you've made the decision that you want to commission into the U.S. Army. That means it could be your freshman, sophomore. It has to be by your junior year. You've decided, hey, I want to commission into either the active duty, National Guard, or reserve. Wherever I assess, I want to commission. So that's what contracting means. That means you've now decided that this is what you want, and now you incur a certain obligation to the military. There's 2 types of contracts. There's a scholarship contract and non-scholarship contract. So if you're on a scholarship, you'll contract in order to receive that scholarship. If you don't receive the scholarship, but you still want to contract and still be in the Army as an officer, then you'll contract as a non-scholarship. And then finally, the MS1 and MS2 course, anybody can join. You can take it, check it out, see how it is. If you don't like it, then you go on and do great and wonderful things throughout your life. Once you join the 3 or the 4, the MS3 or MS4 course, you are committed. That means you are joining, and we expect you to contract as an MS3 before that first semester of your MS3 year. If you don't, then we won't see you the second semester of your MS3 year, because you have to contract. The only way you can't is if your medical qualification is taking longer, and it's not your fault, it's the Army's fault. It's just taking longer than expected. You can continue on until we get a medical determination for you. So anybody can be in the MS1 and MS2 course, but once you go into the MS3, you're pretty much committed, and you're saying, hey, I want to join the military and be a commissioned officer in U.S. Army. Alrighty, so thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And again, don't hesitate to shoot me an email or give me a call if you have any more questions. And thank you to these fine cadets who helped us out with this video today. So thank you.